So we got more information about the next foldable iPhone. That's right. We are now at that point that foldable iPhone is becoming more realistically speaking an actual thing. We'll have to wait and see. So the specs got leaked because right now Apple is, I believe they just chose their supplier for the inner display. So that caused a whole bunch of things and people to talk about things because, oh my lordy, it's actually happening. So the inside display of the iPhone Fold or Flip or whatever they end up calling it, it will come with a 12-inch inside display, which is interesting. So obviously Samsung's 7.8-inch inside display, Google's 8-inch inside display, OnePlus 8-inch inside display, and now Apple 12-inch. Which again, we're kind of on this fringe of you are releasing a foldable iPhone. And no matter how hard you try to, rebrand it, no, it's not a foldable iPhone, it's a foldable phone. Yeah, you're releasing a foldable iPhone. Just, it's at this point just impossible to say otherwise. Anyway, the phone is expected to be 9.2 millimeters thick when folded. While in the unfolded state, it's a 4.6 millimeter thickness. For reference, the Z Fold 6 is 5.6 millimeters thick when unfolded, 12.1 thick when folded. So it's going to be thinner than the Z Fold 6, but it's going to have a 3-inch bigger display. I love rumors and leaks because half the time they end up being absolutely incorrect. And this ends up just being a random person posting stuff and 1,000 people run with it. Because I still will say, if they go with a foldable phone over a flippable phone, Apple needs to be investigated because there's no logic there. A flippable iPhone costs $2,000. A flip. A foldable iPhone will cost in the neighborhood of, I don't know, $4 or $5 grand. It's just not practical. It really isn't. There's just no way they're going to make a foldable iPhone less than, I'd say, $3,000. It's just not going to happen. Apple already has their Apple tax where they jack up the price insane amounts. Plus the fact, again, that they're trying to make this the best foldable phone on the planet. First gen product, that's a $4 or $5 grand investment easily. And it's just, who's going to actually buy this, in all honesty? I know the idea, the concept is cool, but it's like the Apple Vision Pro. Should you get a Meta Quest or an Apple Vision Pro? Apple Vision Pro is better than the Meta Quest 3. Well, not software-wise, but hardware-wise, it is. But guess what? There's just no reason to get a Apple Vision Pro because it costs $3,600. And there's just no reason to do it. I'm sure that the foldable iPhone is going to be a great phone. It's going to have all the bells and whistles you want, and it's going to be a first-gen product, so no one's going to actually trust it. But it's not worth it. It's not going to be worth it. It's going to be way too expensive. It's going to be the equivalent of 2 times the price of the Z Fold series. And for what? A first-gen product that might or might not work out? I'm sure it's going to cost Apple an arm and a leg to make. Now that we're getting 12-inch displays, it's just, come on now. You're creating a foldable iPad, pretty much. That's what you're creating, a foldable iPad, which isn't a bad thing, Create a foldable iPad. I don't know how you're going to get the price tag of less than $3 grand to happen, but who knows? Maybe Apple will. I was going to say maybe they'll take a loss, but that's not Apple's point of view. Apple has never released something and said, let's take a loss on this product. No, they always do it to make a profit. So, which most companies do, except for Sony when they released the PS3 and they released it for $500, which actually was a loss for them, and they actually lost money on every time they sold it just so that they could get ahead of the Xbox. So, some companies do. I don't think Apple is one of those companies. Peace.